Hey, you there. Thank you for watching and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northeastern side and then end with Team 2 on the southwestern side. Starting off with Team 1's regular side player, we have it in Amethyst Purple. It is Black Phoenix playing as a Cybran. He is a 1300. Moving into his next door neighbor, we have as a Seraphim. It is Master of Seasons. He is a 1700. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and tied for the highest rated player overall in Royal Blue. To his west, we have as a UEF, it is Twitchy Mofo. He is a 1500 playing in Pac-Man Yellow. And in Stitch Blue, we have as a Cybran, it is Ross Boys 3 playing as a 1300 again as a Cybran. In Snow White to his southeast, we have Frost Monster, aptly named. He is a UEF. He is another 1300. And then rounding up Team 1, we have in Rust, it is the Cybran of Doombot 213. He is an 1100. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 3 Cybran, 0 Aeon, and then 1 Seraphim. Moving on the Team 2 side, starting in the regular slot as well, we have in Batman Gray, it is the Codemander playing as a UEF. He is a 1500. Next door neighbor to him, we have as a Seraphim, it is Spectrosite 137. He is in Light Octane. He is a 1700. He is the highest rated player on Team 2 and tied with Team 1's Master of Seasons for the highest rated player overall. To his north, in the best color, of course, of Forest Green, it is Gospel of Thomas 39. Playing as a Seraphim, he is a 1500. In Blood Angel Red here to the southeast, we have a Drunk Warden playing as a UEF. He is a 1200. In Orange Color Orange to the southeast, we have Demo playing as a UEF as well. He is a 1300. And then rounding off Team 2, we have in Regal Purple, it is Tetra playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1000 rated. So for Team 2 side of the map, they only have 2 factions. They have 3 UEF, 0 Cybran, and 0 Aeon with 3 Seraphim, which does mean there are no Aeon players in this game. Apologies to those loyal to the princess. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 6 players for each team, 12 players in total on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 53,000 mass and reclaim, which makes it 4,500 mass per player. That is a hefty amount of mass. There is a large clump of it in the southeast, but there is still some decent clumpages here, and here, and a little bit there. So for the most part, there's some parts of the map that are being divvied up pretty evenly, and then some parts of the map that definitely will be fought over. And in terms of additional mexes on the map as well, where we see upgrades started here for Drunk Warden and Tetra for Team 2, we do see there is a lot of mexes in the northwest. There's only one access point via land without either distance building like we see here, or transporting units, or teleporting units. This is going to be a huge point that both teams want to hold, because then that gives them access to a wide array of mexes. We have 4 here, 3 there, 3 there, another set of 3 there, a couple of quads as well. So again, lots and lots of mexes in the northwest. I want to make a prediction. I don't know who's going to win, but whoever controls that northwestern corner for the majority of the game will probably win it. It's not guaranteed, but it'll be a lot of mass being hoovered up and divvied up between whoever actually owns that for Team 1 or for Team 2. We do see upgrades starting here for Team 1's Doombot and Frost Monster and Ross Boys. We do see T2 upgrade is almost done for Drunk Warden. Gun upgrade started for Demo. And of course Tetra. We do see Comic-Con action occurring between Gospel of Thomas and Ross Boys 3. The gun upgrade of course has been started briefly ago, so it's not terrible loss if he has to fall back. For now it looks like he's getting hit by a couple of angles. In terms of comm distributions, we have 3 players for Team 1 on that more northwestern side. We have 2 players for Team 2, Gospel of Thomas and Spectroslave. Spectroslave is hanging out in this kind of isolated western side of the map. I don't know if he'll push out or he'll hop over or whatever he'll do, but for now he's kind of just on that side. He's technically on that more northwest direction, but Again, it's one of those things where it's hard for him to get over there if he doesn't end up using a transport. T2 upgrade started here for Gospel of Thomas, and we do see Ross Boys is down with that gun upgrade. We have a 1v1 in the middle between Drunk Warden and Team 1's Frost Monster. We have another 1v1 right next to them being Demo of Team 2 versus Black Phoenix, and then we have a 1v1 in the southeast for Tetra versus Doombot of Team 1. The only player not really making any specific moves in any direction is going to be Team 2's the Codemander, who's probably just wandering around looking for mass from all that reclaim. And players have already scooped up a decent chunk of it. Again, there's no mexes in the southeastern corner, so once the reclaim is gone, there's really no reason to be in that section of the map. I mean, maybe just to prevent some random units kind of just walking through it, but for the most part, once the reclaim is gone, there's really no point worrying about that section of the map. The war is going to come from that northwest corner, which we see Team 1 is controlling more and more of as the time goes on. With this one outpost for Spectre Slave, but I think it's going to be overrun here very shortly. We even see 2 players for Team 1 on that upper plateau on Team 2 side of the map as well. We do see now Demo is actually linking up with Drunk Warden pushing against Frost Monster. Black Phoenix needs to move in and intercept that. That's going to be a maybe soon to be, maybe possibly easy kill for Team 2. It's Gun versus Gun and Nano for Frost, so he does have some more hit point regen, but he is starting at a somewhat of a deficit compared to Demo's current hit points. T2 almost done for Gospel of Thomas, but Ross Boris is inbound with almost a 2-star vet as well. He's sitting at a decent chunk of hit points. Gun upgrade has been started, and 30% already. It looks like he's just going to take the brunt of the damage. He's progressing quite nicely on that gun upgrade. 10 minutes on the clock. We have gun upgrade started here for Black Phoenix as well. Still no movement from Spectre Slave yet, which I still think is a little odd that he hasn't tried to... I haven't moved that back. Tried to claim some more of this northwestern section. He might be busy on upgrades. Looks like 2 air players for Team 2, including Spectre Slave. 1 air player for Team 1 as of now. I don't see... no, there's the second one up there. The scoreboard was hiding it. Gun upgrade does get finished for Gospel of Thomas, but he is heavily damaged from that attack. T2 PD starting to curve around and start nipping at the heels of Ross Boys there to that northwest. Again, nobody really guarding that access point. The problem is that Team 1 almost owns it entirely, so honestly, as long as they have some presence from Team 1 on either side of that entryway, Team 2 is going to have to fight through it. And it's probably going to be heavy casualties, at least on one side of that engagement. Gun upgrade is now done for Drunk Warden, so it looks like he might be a little bit more encouraged to push in. He's a little bit more firepower for himself. He's going to distance build, not distance build, but PD creep a little bit more. We do see that Demo starting to walk around the front line. He's over here, and then he's over here, and then he's over here, and then he's back over here again. We do see, again, it's 2v1. Black Phoenix has gun. We have Frost Monster with gun and Nano. Demo still does not have Nano to combat the Nano of his opponent, which means the hit points will favor Team 1 only because, again, Frost Monster will regen them faster than Demo will. And Frost Monster, with the assist of the Black Phoenix, is going to start to push in, and those Team 1 units might just crowd in, just rush in, and try to offer a escape maybe for Demo's comm. We do see Team 2 is double teaming Ross Boys now. Gospel of Thomas is in the low-ish yellows, but not terrible. And we have Drunk Warden pushing him with gun and T2 on board. Same upgrade setup for both of them. Looks like Ross Boys might get out of there unscathed. And Demo's still falling back. He's dropping into the low yellows now. Does have a parachute to protect himself for at least a smidgen of time. And he's almost that 1-star vet. That definitely would help him keep him alive a little bit longer, but I just don't know. There's a lot of momentum going in Team 1's direction down the middle, but Team 2, a little bit better situation. Down in the southeast, we have Tetra versus Doombot, and looks like it's a little bit better dealio for Team 2, a little bit more defensive position there. And stealth has been started for Black Phoenix to get some hit points back. He'll get him back up to almost the green with that. And then he'll be able to build the Nano afterwards. But Team 1 has now excised Team 2 for the northwestern corner. Again, that's a lot of mexes to have. Team 1 just de facto in the lead, partially because of that. We have 580 to Team 2's 470, 480. So we'll just say 480 for Team 2, making it 100 mass a second in favor for Team 1. That's 16 mass a second per player. That is roughly 16 mass a second per player for Team 1 ahead of Team 2. So it's roughly a T3 no ringed mix roughly. Technically a T3 max is 18, but close enough is the idea. Drunk Warden still trying to push back Team 1, and he has, now easy access to the northwestern side, but again, he's obviously focused on going this way. Transport picks up the comm of Master of Seasons and gets him out of there. Doesn't want to be caught on the front line or near the front line, especially closing in on 15 minutes on the clock. T3 is online for Team 2. T3, bunch of transports just got control. Okay, they were probably Team 1s maybe, but T3 is being worked on. A little bit of mass from those transports will help out that upgrade a little bit. Ilshi's moving in to assist Gospel of Thomas. He's almost back up into the green, and Ross Boys, he's getting some radar systems online. He has a couple of rhinos online. We'll see if Team 1 ends up maybe taking first blood here. Team 2 is still running back here. Demo still retreating in the face of Black Phoenix, who now has a stealth upgrade. We do see, again, a little bit more established position for Team 2 because a little bit of that PD creeping was happening earlier, so there is a couple of PD emplacements to be able to fall back to for Demo. And now, look, he's on that western side of the middle now. He was over here. North side, we do see Frost Monster bringing in some forces to assist with defense against Gospel of Thomas. Lots of rhinos, overcharging them pretty quickly to get some more veterancy for Gospel of Thomas. He's at 2-star vet now. And Ross Boys has dealt with most of those forces from Gospel of Thomas. We have a couple of interceptors inbound from him to go after the gunships. And another overcharge kills off another rhino. He should be, he's not that far off from 3-star vet, but he's still working on it. And Gospel of Thomas is losing hit points pretty quickly now. We do see some PD being built by Drunk Warden, but I don't know if it's going to save him, and I definitely think it's no. ASF's dying. The explosion from the comm of Gospel Thomas, and Team 1's Master of Season scores first blood against Team 2, making this a 6v5 in Team 1's favor. So nice grab there. Again, the gunship assistance from Master of Seasons with the frontline assistance of Ross Boys. It was a great team effort from Team 1. Now we have a sneak attack from Frost Monster just laying into Drunk Warden's comm. That's not doing too well here for Drunk Warden. Again, it's Gun Nano 3-star vet versus Gun T2 1-star vet, almost 2, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Demo might try to push in to assist, but we don't see that Drunk Warden. That Frost Monster is actually considering to push into him, or at least fall back or push in, whatever. He's not going after him. No, I don't know why that was so hard to say for me. It was like my brain just had a spasm or something. It was just kind of went and then forgot what I was saying. Point being that Drunk Warden does get out of there. Again, still want to be careful on that front line though. 17 minutes on the clock. We already saw some gunships as helped snipe one of the players for Team 2. He's definitely going to be aware of that and should be aware of that. We do see a little bit more forces for Team 2 on the southeastern side. This might be a point of attack that Team 2 could capitalize on and just push this eastern side and maybe draw some forces away from the middle. But for now, they're still focused on going after one of the comms from Team 1. Now we have Ross Boys. A couple more PD have been built by him, by Team 2's Drunk Warden, and Ross Boys goes, nope, not doing it. T3 Air is online for Spectroslev getting his P-gens sorted. We have a little bit of air expansion here for the Codemander now. Closing in on 20 minutes on the clock. Only one player has died so far. We'll see if a second one falls before the strike of 20 minutes. And then Demo taking a little bit of the damage from the PD, but not too bad though. He has nano, he has gun. He's not doing too bad, to be honest. Starting to clear the way for his forces. It might, again, pull away Team 1's players. Again, we have 3 of them over here. So definitely might pull at least one. We do see forces from that northwestern side just conga lining it and just rushing into that western side. We have Ilshis and we have gunships. These are both through T2 gunships trying to keep the water pressure or the just Team 1 pressure back from Team 2. There are some T2 and a couple of T3 mixes in there as well. That is definitely a big concern. It could easily go after Drunk Warden's comm if they were to do that. That would drop this game to a 6v4. The APM would definitely be favoring Team 1 considerably. We do see Demo now crossing into the 2-star vet territory. Frost Monster coming into the west side though. Does have to watch out for the Percy. Percy does miss his shot, so he's definitely going to be grateful about that. And now with a couple of escorting Percys from Team 2, I think he's like, yeah, it's probably not the best idea. Nano repair started here for Tetran in the southeast. He's almost done with that. Maybe he'll go straight for advanced nano. Maybe he'll just stick with the regular one, but at least he's getting some regen to keep them a little bit more alive on that front line. T2 down in the northeast here for Master of Seasons. He might go T3. He does go T3, and then because he's back here, he'll probably just go for RAS and then ARAS after that. I don't see any reason why not to. Given it's closing in on 20 minutes, just keeping the comeback and getting some eco out of it, definitely again, is going to be worth it. Black Phoenix's ASF's getting snipped by Team 2's Wasps. And it does give Team 2 a slight lead in the ASF count, to be honest. We have Team 2 at 23. And then we have Black Phoenix at 23 interceptors and only 2 ASFs with Master of Seasons at none. So yeah, Team 2 is in the lead. It did not mean to do that. And now at 20 minutes on the clock. Looks like Team 1 starting to push back a little bit against Team 2's assault. Again, we are seeing this position getting decently fortified by Tetra. Again, Gun Nano and T2. There are a couple of bricks here, but nothing too worrisome. If there was maybe triple or quadruple the amount of bricks, maybe that'd be a bit of a concern. But because Tetra has Gun Nano and T2, he has 2,000 additional hit points plus the Nano additional hit points plus the Veterancy additional hit points. So as long as he has some power to do some nice overcharging and maybe one tapping or even two tapping those bricks, he should, emphasis on the wood, should be fine. Hawthorne's pushing in on the western side here for Spectre Slave. Again, a couple of T3 units, about dead even between that for the both teams. A couple of broadswords now starting to harass the northwestern corner. And again, lots of T2 mixes. Most of them are at that stage now. We do see a couple of T1s. But there's a lot of opportunities for Team 2 to knock Team 1 down a peg in eco. And again, just look at the eco, unless that was some power outage for Team 2. Which I don't believe it is. No, that is authentic eco for Team 2. And authentic eco for Team 1. We have Master of Seasons at 500 mass a second. That makes me think it's not. It's a little bit of reclaim in there, but not a whole lot. That is a lot of mass to be ahead. But we do see Team 1 Switchy Mofo. We have not all the broadswords focusing on the comm. And they will get the kill here, dropping this game to a 5v5. Just because there's no way the ASFs from Team 1 can catch up to him in time. Yep, there he goes. Fuchimofo is defeated, but that does give his base over to somebody else on Team 1. Same thing we saw with Spectre Slave. You know, that base once belonging to Gospel of Thomas is under his control, so he's, you know, getting a little bit more mass into his coffers. But now we see Master of Seasons at 800 mass a second. And we have Broadswords inbound for 8. Oh, they're inbound for the comm himself. ASF's trying to intercept the gunships. And is there any T3 AA being built? There's some of it down there. They're going in for the kill. I don't think they have enough hit points to survive the AA barrages. Oh, one gunship. His 2 gunships are down. He might be fine. He is fine. It was a nice attempt. He gets barely underneath the shielding. That gunship finally gets killed off. That was a close call. If it wasn't for the T2 vet, the T2 engineering suite, he would 1,000% would have died. So nice defense by him, but I think Team 2 could have maybe done a little bit better job of just wiping out some more of those mexes. I mean, there's a lot of T2 and T3 mexes kind of just unguarded. That would have been a large economic hit for Team 1 to take. And with the lead at about 500 to 600 mass per second more, and Team 1's already at 1.03 million mass. Team 2 hasn't even cracked 750,000. So they are behind by a considerable amount at 23.5 minutes. We do see that conga line. There is no way to the lower section of the map except going this way, so they're just going to sit there conga lining it back and forth. They could be acting as just semi-intelligence gathering, just say, oh, those units got shot at. Okay, maybe there's some gunships coming to see us. Tons of spy points inbound from Spectre Slave to see what Team 1 is up to. Again, they kind of had somewhat of a readout what Team 1 was already up to, but you know, when you're building a nuke, you got to make sure that you have plans in place for what you're going to shoot at. Do see also a stealth field going to be built to try to protect that thing a little while longer. We do see, again, Team 1 isn't aware of it, but like it literally just got newly minted moments ago. And the strategic missile launcher is almost done as well, so it's one of those things that the sooner he builds it, the sooner he loads it, the better chance he has of targeting either this base or this base. There already is an SMD here, and it's already loaded, so nice job by Master of Seasons. getting that thing done. Again, Team 2 would be aware of that because the gunships were literally over top of it, so they are aware of it. So probably not going to be that target. You could target one of the frontline bases. I'd say the one that's either giving you the most trouble or the one that you kind of want to just deal with now and be done with it. I mean, maybe even snipe some eco away from Master of Seasons, targeting this base. So there's some opportunities for Team 2. It just really depends on what their priorities are. We do see some max assassinations happening here for Team 2. Just a couple of gunships, nothing too crazy, going after every single mix. That gunship is down, so all the gunships pretty much except for this one are gone for Team 2. But again, he sniped, 50, 60 mass a second. I'd say for Team 1, it is something. Team 2 is catching up now. It's 1.3 to 1.7. It was 500 lead. Now it's about a 3 to 400 maybe lead. So it is making a difference, but now we have a Monkey Lord just running right head first from a bunch of firepower. Maybe wanted to leave with the bricks first, maybe. Bricks are going to get close. We do see those Optims are actually going to push in, acting as a buffer while the PD stay active. And then that way, Team 2 can scoop up the reclaim and then rebuild those Optims instead of rebuilding the defenses. Again, there's argument to be made about using both. One's more mobile, one of them's more stationary, and that has its, benefits and its unfortunate challenges. But I think for now, Team 2 is doing a decent job of pushing back. There are more forces stacking up for Team 1, though. It's not going to be an easy just walk into the base. And we have reinforcements from the middle from Frost Monster to push in, or at least defend. So it's not going to be an easy, trek up the hill at all. We have Titans pushing in with some Optims for Team 2. Kind of surprised we don't see the Perseus, but again, it is one of those scenarios where you just get enough of something and it doesn't really matter because they're going to die anyways. And now Optims are helping out a decent ton as well. There is a Fat Boy and a second one online for Team 1 as well. Master of Seasons pumping out those ice cream sandwiches now. And in the southwest, it's just focusing on the nuke, and the nuke is almost loaded. Again, Team 1 is aware of it, so that stealth field only protected for a little bit of time. Let's kill the top left, says Drunk Warden. And again, like I've been saying, that's a chunk of mass. Even just denying the mexes at a bare minimum will do a lot of work for Team 2. Yeah, Team 2 definitely wants those mexes, of course, because why would you not? But in my opinion, I'd rather deny something for my opponent and not have it myself than maybe get the opportunity to get it myself, but there's no guarantee. I'd rather confirm the denial versus get the possible guarantee of getting it myself. That's just my thought on the process. Eastern side, again, a little bit of falling back. Again, Team 2 getting some reclaim out, just trying to catch up in mass as much as they can. Team 2, again, a smidgen better on the reclaim total, but not by much. And that's partially driven by just the Monkey Lord from Team 1's attack, and now there's a new one now here. And what is Team 2 going to be up to? Billy Nuke is done for Frost Monster. He has to load the thing, but at least he has it done being built. Does he have all-important question? T3, yes, he does. So he has the Billy Nuke loadout, as it would be. Nuke is done for Team 1 in the north as well. So we have two nukes, one on each side. Black Phoenix about... We're closing in on 50% for that one. The one for Spectre Slave should be done, and it is. He hasn't found a suitable target yet, but it is done loading, at least the first one. My opinion on nukes is don't let more than 2 of them load at a time. So you can have 2 in one silo, just not anything more than that. Because they take, I forget what the exact time is, but they take a little bit of time to, launch the nuke and then reset, and then you can think about it, and then you can fire it again. The nuke is being inbound for the land army. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but Team 2 has it handled. There's a lot of PD here. The shields are down, but I don't know if the nuke's going to be worth it. It's honestly, probably just going to kill the reclaim off, which Team 2 definitely wants. There goes all of that reclaim, and that's a little unfortunate. I mean, it alleviates the pressure, but I still think that it would have been better off to just lose a couple more units and then secure the reclaim field. That would be a little bit better, to be honest. We have 3 Fat Boys. A full freezer of Fat Boys are inbound from Team 1. Do we have anything from Team 2? Yes, we do, in the form of a Drunk Warden. He has a Fat Boy online. But 3-to-1 advantage, it's not going to matter. That triple Fat Boy threat is going to demolish Team 2's Fat Boy. RAS being built on Master of Seasons comp. There's the A-RAS right after that. Nuke is almost loaded. Billy Nuke right on top of Demo's position. He didn't take a lot of damage from that. Must have had some parashields to protect him, but still, it does encourage him to not be there and to fall back. And northwestern side, again, it's 3 versus 1 on the Fat Boys. And again, 3 Fat Boys are more than enough to deal with a column or 2 of Titans. Percy's, again, they're a little bit slower. They just don't do as much damage, those Titans versus the Percy. So, and by the time those Titans get there, it's kind of just, well, we'll see what they can do. But we do see there's some ASFs. You would think there'd be gunships for Team 1 at some point, but maybe not. We do see units being built on the backs of the Fat Boy. As much as I like that ability to build on the move, the only units I consider building on the backs of Fat Boys are AA units and shield units. So the, not the bouncer, but the Cougar, the Skyboxer, and the Parashield. The Percy is nice to be able to just build it, but it does take a little bit of time. So if you need something quick, it's not going to work. But if you have a little bit of time, then maybe it'd be worth it. Nuke inbound from Team 2 and Team 1 simultaneously. We do see the Nuke is inbound for the main base for Tetra, which Tetra, you're not moving. And you don't have an SMD. So, yeah, there's the Billy Nuke right on top of the fire base here for Tetra. And here comes the Nuke on top of his face. Kaboom! Team 1 drops the game again to now a 5v4 in their lead. Nuke is inbound for the production facilities for Doombot over here. Goes the SMD as well. Kaboom! I mean, they killed some stuff off, but not as impactful as Team 2's death from the Nuke from Team 1. So, again, it's a 5v4 now. That APM loss is going to be hurting because now at 32 minutes on the clock, we have Team 1 2.1k versus Team 2's 1.6. Reclaim related a little bit better for Team 2, but not by a whole lot. Total mass accrued heavily in favor for Team 1, closing in on 500,000 mass more for Team 1 than Team 2. And it's just, like I said, it's just map control's not looking good for Team 2. Again, Team 2's not out of the fight just yet, but it's just not looking good. So let me know down in the comments if you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't, because I don't know why you wouldn't at this point. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We do see a Fat Boy that is getting hit by a Fat Boy and Ravager fire for Team 2. And is it underneath shield coverage from that Fat Boy? I think it is. Stays alive just barely, and now that Fat Boy is in retreat. Ravager's getting hit. Another Fat Boy is going to die here. Not die here, but move in soon. So even if one were to die, they'd be able to replace that first one that died quite easily and still have about three Fat Boys on retainer. We do see 3 nukes. Chicken being built. As much as I like passively building all those nukes, it does take a lot of time and energy to load them all en masse. So we'll see if it's worth it to have 3 of them. It might almost be worth it to just have 1 and just heavily focus 1 being built. You could fire those pretty quickly. Nuke has been built by Team 2's Codemander as well. And then we do see in the northeast direction that Nuke for Team 1 is not loaded yet, but will be here soon. And then we'll fire immediately onto this position. Team 2 just doesn't have any SMDs, which is not good. Oh, Codemander had his nuke loaded. I didn't even check if he was loaded or not. Looks like he's inbound for those fatties, maybe. They're not targeting main bases. They're targeting either fire bases, production facility, like main manufacturing locations, or just land army. Oh, and that's a... Oh, that nuke's going to be great. Kaboom! 4 Fat Boys, 1 nuke. Oh, just a glorious amount of death there from Team 2. 78,000 mass. I believe that was the first nuke, so definitely well placed there from Team 2. Team 2's rigorous play of Commander does have a Novax online. We'll see where that's headed soon. I would assume it's headed maybe for Team 1's nuke, to be honest. It could be headed up there if they know it exists. They might after the nuke lands from Team 1. Well, I guess they already knew it exists because, again, Tetra was killed off by that. That's probably fair. But point being, they probably should go find where that is at some point. Here comes the nuke. Demo, you out of range? Ooh, no. That is another kill for Team 1 from a nuke. It drops this game to a 5v3, still in Team 1's favor. And that means that the remainder of that base goes to somebody on Team 2. Multiple nukes are outbound from Team 2. One's headed that away. One's headed that away. Are they going to kill Frostmont? Nope. Unless it land. No, it's going to not land soon enough. SMD is loaded. Nuke lands. Kaboom. Kills off that base there for Doombot. But again, to be fair, there's not really a whole lot there now at this point with the... I think the other nuke landed there at some point, yeah. Billy Nuke is inbound. No TMD here, which means the Billy Nuke will... Oh, there's some TMD. Is going to be enough, though? Nope, but it does impact the shield and doesn't do much damage to it anyway. So it's not terrible. He needs maybe one more TMD, maybe right about there, and he'd probably be fine, to be honest. ARAS being built for Spectral Slaves Common. The eco situation has just turned from bad to worse. Team 1 is essentially doubling that of Team 2. 2.4, 2.3, 2.5. It's kind of jumping back and forth to 1.2. So not great for Team 2 eco-wise. They still have a chance with the triple nuke situation. They could just spam, load, and fire those all day. We'll see if that ends up working. Another satellite has been started by Team 2 as well. It looks like it's starting to target some of the mexes on that front line. Love that he targeted the nice little mass fab there and then went after the mechs, because you could pretty much kill off that entire second ring. Double ringed three-star, double ringed T3 mechs. There we go. Lots of numbers and letters there in one essentially pulse of the laser, or one charge of the laser. Look at that. Another 27 mass plus the additional mass fabs gone. So nice, efficient use of that satellite, doing very well for himself. We do see ASF's doing something. Nukes are inbound from Team 1 and Team 2 simultaneously again. They just keep launching nukes. And again, look at the land situation. We have multiple sets of experimentals running down the line for Team 1. And again, the problem for Team 2 is, do they target the land units or target the bases? And this is going to be a nice, well-timed nuke. Kaboom! Doesn't kill off the fat port, but kills off a huge chunk of those Perseus. Billy Nuke lands artillery online for Team 1 as well. And a fourth nuke is online for Team 2. Spectre Slave, I mean, he's going for it. He's going for that strategy. I thought there was going to be oh, those are both from Team 1. I thought there was ASF for Team 2 nearby, but I guess not. Nuke lands up here. Kaboom! Killing off that sets of mixes there as well. I thought for a second those were two different players as ASFs, and they are, but they're on the same team. It's like, wait, are they going to engage? No, that's from Team 1. Billy Nuke is inbound again. Nuke is inbound from Team 2. Again, Spectral Slave doing a decent job of using the nukes as defense nukes, but the only problem with that is, are those E-storages? Oh. Boom. Very, very explosive. But Nuke lands right on top of that megalith. Look at that. It's actually up in the air a little bit. Nice impact. It's still alive, so it's not killed off in one nuke explosion, but, 70,000 hit points are gone, so it's not too bad. And another megalith is down for Team 1 in the middle. Artillery is targeting Spectral Slave's base. He's working on his ARAS upgrade. Just loading. Does he have another SMD? No, he's going for shielding. He only has one SMD. That is definitely not great. He needs a secondary one, because Team 1 has been firing nukes at that, near that location. And it would be unfortunate if the nukes got nuked. It does happen, but it'd be unfortunate if the nukes got nuked. We do see satellites targeting some of the P-gens for Master of Seasons air grid. And again, not bad grab. Starve the power, and then that way your opponent can't load or build much anymore. But the problem is, though, is that, yeah, he can go after the power reserves, but still, Team 1 has, Black Phoenix that has some power, somewhat. Rosboy still has a tiny bit of power. Frost Monster has no power. And Doombot still has power. So even if you take out one player's, air grid, Team 1 at this point isn't really using a whole lot of air. And we have another nuke inbound. Strap Bombers inbound for the Fat Boys, it looks like. It looks like some of them actually impacted a spy plane or two. And one of those Fat Boys is down. And Nuke lands right in front of the base, killing off those units that were inbound. I mean, I got to give it to Spectral Slave. He's timing those nukes very well. But he's always on the defensive. He is launching in a nuke against a Team 1's main bases somewhere. But now we have another stacking of nukes. And Yep, shot down immediately. We have an SMD there. We have an SMD there. We have an SMD there. We have no SMDs in the background, so Team 2 might be able to target those and just shoot right on through. But depends what they're focusing on. Looks like they're trying to go after the comm, maybe a little bit, maybe not. Nuke lands on the base. Shield, nothing too bad. T3 land headquarters is there, but it does get protected by shielding, so that's something.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke inbound. I mean, he's fired multiple of these nukes. I'd say probably one every minute and a half or so. I mean, he's spending all of his mass on it. That one's loaded. That one isn't. That one almost is. He's going to fire this one. Yeah, he's just not stopping. Constantly firing nukes. I mean,
strategic launch
strap bombers are inbound to that location as well from Team 1. Are they inbound for the Novaxes? Looks like the Novaxes are the target. And then Frost Monster is sniped by Spectre Slave's nuke. Nice grab there. And the strats are down. They almost got one of the Novaxes, but right on top of where Tetra died. Nice snipe by Team 2. It drops this game now to a 3v4 stone fade for Team 1. Another nuke lands, kills off, I think, another one of those fat boys, but still, you can see Team 1 is just making consistent progress, just chipping away at Team 2, and again, eventually the mass is just going to be untenable. It won't matter. 42 minutes almost on the clock here. I mean, they did lose, Team 1 did lose Frost Monster there, but to be fair, he was very far forward in that defense there, so maybe he should have fallen back, but hey, he was trying to use his Bowie nuke as, you know, aggressively as he could, so he gets a pass from me on that front. And bricks are lining up. I mean, Team 2 is trying to hold, but there's just so much more mass going into Team 1's coffers than Team 2's. It's just hard to, deal with that. We have, okay, so satellites, you know where the nuke is. Target the nuke. The shield comes online, which tells me there wasn't a shield there for a while. It was just built, so that's a huge missed opportunity to just eliminate the nuke immediately. Third Novax online, fourth one coming online as well. More shielding, more SMDs, and more shielding. Definitely a good thing for Spectral Slave to just invest in. But Team 1, look at this. Look at this, the amount of map control they have. They have over 75% of the map. And there's so many dead mexes for Team 2. There's so many mexes that are offline. Nuke is inbound from Team 1, or from Team 2, behind that brick force for Team 2. And it clips some of them. It does clip a little bit of the Megawith, but not enough to make a huge difference. Nuke lands, kaboom! There goes that one. So that base is gone for Team 2. Spectre Slave. Now he just has this left, pretty much. And bricks are going to get caught up by some PD. P-gens go down. I mean, like I said, it's just two bases for Team 2 at this point. They really don't have much. Bugs online for both of the air players for Team 1. Against the artillery's been doing some decent work, 33,000 mass killed. Satellite's trying to do some work. We have 2,000 out of that one, 30,000 out of that one, and then 80,000 out of that one. That one's done so much work for Team 2, but it just hasn't been able to make up that deficit. We're now at almost 2 million more mass accrued for Team 1. Nuke lands, almost kills off the Soul Ripper. Kaboom! Again, the Soul Ripper has 75,000, which explains why it wasn't dead in the nuke explosion. But, wow. Just nice job there by Spectre Slave. Bombers are inbound, kills off none of the nukes. And strap bombers are inbound for that Novax, and that Novax is dead. So nice bombing run there, and then it eventually gets blown up by the artillery piece for Team 1. So Spectral Slave loses one of his 4 nukes. He's down to 3 now. I mean, he still has 3 nukes, to be fair, but he's building... There's another one. You broke one of my satellites, says Codemander. I wonder which one did they blow up. Now, the 87,000 is still there. It was the 30,000 that was killed up. But look at this. Again, a chunk of the air grid is gone for Team 1. Team 2 has been doing some pretty good work taking out the air grids, but when you have triple, quadruple, quintuple the amount of mass in your opponent, yeah, you lose an air grid. That's too bad. You can just build it again, or you can just keep crushing them with whatever else you want to build. Kaboom! Kills off a Megawith. Almost kills off a second one. I think it damaged that Fat Boy, but again, like I said, it's just so much of a survival map at this point. Team 2 just doesn't have the staying power to stay in the game. It just doesn't. I mean, another nuke is down, which is great, and another, because build more of them, because that's going to help. He's going to get to 5. Or maybe he's just trying to think of how many he can build in one game before he dies. Maybe. I have no idea. And there's some AA emplacements nearby. There are some ASFs nearby. That's going to do a lot more work. And it's like, oh, what should I be targeting? Oh, I'm dead anyway. It doesn't matter. There it goes. We do see that Drunk Warden's over there hanging out, trying to rebuild, but he just doesn't really have much to his name at this point to be able to facilitate that. A little bit of calm before I think the final attack from Team 1. Satellite's still poking away at the nuke for Team 1 over there in the northeast corner. We have a Scathus online for... I mean, the Scathus is going to win the game unless Team 1 wins it before then. Nuke is inbound. Fat Boy's moving. Going to go out of range. Going to go after all these spam facilities. I mean, it's not... I mean, honestly, it could have gone after something a little bit more important. Maybe he's trying to snipe the Fat Boy along with it. Kills off all the engineers, but you could easily... Oh, I did not mean to do that. That is unfortunate. But could easily just rebuild the engineers from the facilities that were still there. And artillery, I mean, it's not able to poke through the shielding yet. One artillery isn't going to be enough, though. You're going to need, the Scathus at a bare minimum to poke through that. And something about forever. Can we Ned this, please? I don't know what they're in reference to something. I have no idea what that's in reference to. But another Fat Boy's down. Look at all this mass on the map, though. Team 1 and Team 2 is going to eat pretty good. 340,000 mass in terms of reclaim totals. Team 2 at that about 340,000. For Team 1, it's 217. Total mass accrued, though. Team 1 now over 2 million mass more than Team 2. Absolutely an insane number at this point. Scathus is firing. I would assume... No, it's targeting... the backline position of Codemander. It's a little surprising. You would think they would have targeted all of the nukes for Team 2. But, he's up to 5 now because why not? Why not build 5 of them? Just passively load 5 nukes, launch all 5 at the same time. And Scathus is still firing at the Novak's position. Again, that's really the only thing that's directly shooting at Team 1. And that nuke is still not dead. And it's going to fire. There it goes. Where is it going? It's going for... Ooh. Oh, Spectre Slave, your SMD was in the... Oh, no. Oh, he's one right there. It isn't loaded, though. Ooh. I think that might be enough to clip all 5, maybe. That one might be a stretch, but he might get all these 4 right here. Yeah, it's a little bit more to the left. Oh, it's going to be close. See if you can clip all 5 nukes in one explosion. That'd be very impressive, to be honest. 49 minutes in climbing. And Spectre Slave might see the nuke inbound. Oh, there's the nuke. Oh, it's going to be pretty well placed. And no, he control K's everything before the nuke lands. He goes absolutely not. That would have been a lot of mass killed. It would have hit... It may have hit that nuke. I don't think it would have hit this one. Maybe the Cascade would have been enough. Only I get to nuke me, says Spectre Slave.
Strategic launch detected.
And nuke is now inbound from Team 2 once again. Again, at that point, it's Team 1's game. And we kind of knew it was Team 1's game at this point. But, it's just one of those things where, yeah, we kind of saw the writing on the wall a while ago, but might as well watch how it ends kind of thing. And, yeah, Novax is down. 2 more remain. Looks like they're going after... Actually, there's 3 more. Where's the third one? Oh, it's right there. And Air Grid is pretty much gone. Satellite's trying to take out the Scathus. They are breaking through the shield a little bit, but it's not enough firepower. There's too many engineers there. Another volley inbound. Strikes Team 2's Codemander. He gets hit in control case, leaving Drunk Warden, the last surviving player for Team 2. Is he going to... just teleport out of there, or is he going to control K? What's he going to do? He has a bunch of mass in his bar that he can't spend because he just can't spend it fast enough. The fatty that lived. I mean, the fatty that lived. 113,000 mass killed. Tac nuke has been started for him. I don't know if it'll be built in time. I'm assuming Team 1 knows. They don't know where he is. You would think they know where he is by now, but I guess not. One of the Novaxes has survived. One of the Novaxes is gone. It's one of those things. ASF's not a bad air fight for Team 2. But again, like I said, it's at the end of the game, so it doesn't really matter at this point. But not a bad. I'd say about slightly in favor for Team 2. There is some AA for Team 1 there. Nuke is inbound to nuke the drunk warning position. Just teleport out of there. Do something, because you're going to get hit by Scathis Fire. You're going to die by nuke. Or you're going to die by bug. Can I just pick your poison at that point? And ASFs are here. They might kill off the bug. Oh, the fat boy that lived. Strap Bomber's going to move in and maybe take out Drunk Warden before the nuke comes in. No, yep, that's what happens. The nuke was right overhead, so either it was going to be bug or a strat or a nuke. Everything blew up there. And look, another Scathis, because why not, from Team 1. But that's it here. 53 and 6 minutes on the clock. Team 1 wins the game. MVPs for me, I mean, it was definitely heavily instituted by Master of Seasons, just pumping out experimentals. And again, like I said at the beginning of the game, Team 1 had control of that northwestern side for pretty much the entire game. And look at all of that mass. He's on 1.9k mass himself. Doombud's at 1.3k mass himself as well. 3 million more mass accrued for Team 1. Absolutely insane. Now, mass again isn't the end-all be-all of who wins the game, but it does help a ton. So that's the game here, folks. I do think Master of Seasons gets MVP for me. Let me know if you agree or not. Thanks so much for watching the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.